Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode. This one, not so much like the other ones. I'm actually looking for a little bit of help here. Figured I could use some of your guys' expertise as far as consoles go. Having a little bit of trouble with my Neo Geo CD. This is a Model 2 top-loading system, and I actually got this one boxed, as you can see there. This was a sealed system, hadn't been used before, and I'm running into this error right here. Let me see if you guys can see that. It says disk IO error ID equals 0002, sorry, please power off. Now keep in mind too that all the games I am using for this system are all originals. There are no CDRs or anything like that. I've heard of some people having issues like this with burn games. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys exactly what happens, and for this I'm going to be using this copy of Windjammers, or Flying Power Disc. So let's put that in there. And keep in mind also that this seems to happen with every game that I have. It's not just anything specific. It happens with every game, and usually anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes into playing the game, I'll get this same issue. So there's going to be a little bit of editing coming up here, so I can kind of skip ahead and show you guys what the deal is, since it's kind of hard to time exactly. So let's go ahead and get this booted up, and I will let it run for a little bit, and then as soon as I start to see it, I will cut back to it and you guys can see what happens with it. While I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and run you guys through what I've already done as far as trying to fix the system, and kind of a brief explanation of what it's doing before I show it to you. After about 10 to 15 minutes, what it'll do is it'll start making this clicking sound, like the lens is having a hard time moving around or reading the disc. After it clicks for a little while, then it'll show you that screen where it said ID error 0002, and then you'll have to power off the system. Like I said, it happens about every 10 to 15 minutes. It's a really major bummer. It basically turned my Neo Geo CD into a demo unit of sorts. But as you can see, the funny thing is it seems to load up and play the game initially just fine, like there's no issue at all. So again, it does the click, click, click. It'll keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing that. Music will cut out in the game, and then it'll give me the error code and I'll have to shut the system off. And again, this does happen with every single game that I've tried thus far. As far as what I've already done to try and fix the system, I've kind of done the troubleshooting online, looked at other YouTube videos, and found that nobody that I can find has had the exact same issue. Usually it's other things, but I've still tried all the fixes that I can think of for the Neo Geo CD. What I've done is I've greased the rails that the lens slides up and down. That didn't seem to do the trick. I've taken it apart and actually disassembled the entire system and put it all back together just to secure every connection on the board. Another thing that I have done is adjust the strength of the laser with that little gear thing underneath the laser. That always used to work for me with the Dreamcast, and although it does make the games read for a little bit, the same error still persists after a little bit of time. And as far as replacing the laser piece in the system, the laser unit, I've looked online to try and find a replacement part, to which I cannot find for the model that I have. So the good news is I've already got a replacement system on the way, but obviously I'd like to be able to get this one fixed to a point where, you know, maybe I can sell this one at some point to you know, kind of cover the cost of having to get a replacement. And here it goes now. So it just clicked about 5 times, and then all of a sudden on the screen it's giving me the disk IO error 0002. This is the same ID code I get every time. So really, that's it, guys. It's just the same thing over and over again. It's immensely frustrating, and anyway, we'll go ahead and power it off. If I were to power it back on again now, it would start to work again for another 5 to 10 minutes before repeating the same behavior. So as you can see, guys, I'm kind of out of options here. Again, I do have a replacement on the way, so not too big a deal, but I really would like to get this one working. If anybody has any suggestions, I would love to hear them. So again, guys, thanks for your time and watching the video. I do appreciate it. If you have anything to offer, please leave it in the comments, or you can send me a message in the YouTube inbox. And until next time, guys, stay classic.